This is a short video demonstration about ProgrammExpress, specifically for PizzaExpress, where we have applied the PizzaExpress logo and corporate color palettes, which will become apparent within the system. ProgrammExpress is a web-based solution, and PizzaExpress URL is pizzaexpress.programmexpress.co.uk. I'm going to show you our version 15.1, which shows a big change in that we now have a new home screen where we can view and run reports a lot more easily than previously. So I'm going to log on to the demo system as an administrator, and you can be an administrator, a write-access user, or a read-only user. What this does is takes us into our what we call our new home screen. You can see here again we've applied the corporate color palette brand identity for PizzaExpress. From this screen, we can do most things in terms of viewing and tracking projects, but I'm going to open up our portfolio of programs and projects that sit beneath our specific business transformation portfolio. This is purely a demonstration structure, and you can have as many levels or sub-levels as you require, but actually on configuration, getting this structure right will lead to better quality reporting. So from this screen, what we can do is we can see the health of the project sitting within the portfolio, broken down by the modules, shown on the home screen as icons, but better described through the Updates tab as commentary, plan, resources, costs, benefits, impacts, risks, and logs. So from this screen, you can view the health, you can drill down into the modules within the projects, and also you can run reports. You can run reports that you have set up for yourself as My Reports within your license, or you can run reports that have been shared by the central projects team, the PMO, the program office, and these will be recommended reports that are visible and available to run. And ProgrammExpress is very much about simple, light data input across a lot of projects, structured in the correct manner for reporting. For the user experience or the write access user who needs to update this information, because obviously the quality of the data is key to this, we can keep the user interface as simple as possible, and I'll very quickly show how this works. So I'm now going to log on to the same database, to the same home screen, the different user as a project manager who has filtered view of projects and filtered view of modules. So here, what we're seeing is that this project manager is expected to update 3 projects, and we can toggle between what they can view, what they can read, and what they can write. But it will take us into what they need to update, and it will filter the modules that they need to update, in this case commentary, plan, costs, and risks. There are a few missing off here because that's not a requirement for this specific project manager. And in the background of the system, we have many configurable roles that we can set up and make the view however simple or complicated we want, depending on the level of project maturity and the requirement of that project manager to report. So the project manager will very simply click on the project, click on the square, in this case the commentary. They'll see what was said before, or what they said before. They will make their updates into configurable fields. We have achieved last period, focus for next period, decision escalations. They'll make their updates, they'll then move through to the planning screen, and you'll see here we have very high level milestones where we use templates, and we recommend high level milestones across a lot of projects because the Gantt chart and timeline reporting looks so much better than too much detail. They can make the updates, change the dates, change the forecast, add and delete tasks through here, and then move through to the cost screen where they will potentially need to make an update to their forecast, and we'll see here we're tracking that the forecast is 700k for this piece of work when we'd originally planned 600. That will throw out an out of tolerance and either an amber or red status depending on our auto-rag tolerance levels. And then they've just been expected to update risks. So very high level risk register, make the amendments to mitigating actions, the RAG status, add or delete new risks. So that's the experience for the project manager. Now, when they've made their data updates, they're more than likely want to run a report that they have set up. So within my report, let's have a look at a one-page summary PPT. So this is very PowerPoint compliant, and it automates the process of developing that PowerPoint slide, showing the project, the key information, plan on a page, key milestones and financials, and the commentary threads that have been configured specifically for this report. Another option, one-page overview. This is more of a Word highlight report. So you'll see the project, the cost information plan, and then more in terms of risks, actions, issues, lessons learned. Slightly more detailed project report. So that's the experience for the project manager. Nice and simple. And via our governance, we can decide what they update and which of the modules they update. So back in as an administrator, we can be confident that the data is up to date because we have many different audit screens and audit reports to show that. We're back into the screen that we were originally in. Now, if we know the data is up to date, we're either going to want to run some reports or we're going to have to want to drill down into some project information. We're going to be drawn to the reds, and what we can do is we can filter out the greens, we can filter out the ambers, we can see where the big issues are within the projects, within the programs and portfolios. As an example, let's go to project 1C and let's go to a drill down against the cost column for this project, see what the problem is. Okay, we've got a forecast of 800 against a planned or budget of 6, out of tolerance and therefore red status, and we can do this for any module within any project. More likely, and this is where the power of ProgrammExpress comes in, I've shown you a couple of project reports, but more likely we're going to start to run aggregated and consolidated program and portfolio reports. So if I go to my portfolio, this means that I'm running a report against everything that sits beneath me. This time I'm going to go to shared reports, and let's have a look at RAG status summary. This is our bread and butter. This is the aggregated consolidated Excel style report, but it's automated and it's real time. So what we will see here is again an Excel style report showing all our projects, what we've configured in terms of columns for this report, and we can change the configurations in terms of what data we require, bit of planning information, bit of RAG information, and then overall focus for next period decisions and escalations. I tend to call this our weekly flash report. If everybody had this available on a Monday morning, they could look at the state of the nation against projects. I'd also recommend that this may be an agenda for a project program review because it follows the theme, and we can have agenda items through decisions, escalations, or having a column of issues and risks. And then actions out would go in the action log within the projects themselves. That's one example of a portfolio report if I run a Gantt chart report. And this is where you'll see it's better to have sharp, high-level milestones across a lot of activity, allow project managers to use their own tools for their detailed project management. But here you will see now we've got visibility, real time, of all the projects in a Gantt chart view, and we use our taskbars as red, amber, green. Showing red means it's missed today's date and it's a key milestone, key task. Amber means it's forecasting now to be later than what the business thought it was going to be or the steering group approved. So that's now flagging up that it's going to be a problem, but it's not actually missed the current deadline. Another example may be look at benefits. So here, I've not shown you the input screen, but what we can see here is all the projects. We can see the benefit type, the cost forecast, the planned benefit and the forecast benefit, and you can start to annualize that benefit if you want to look at the high-level ROA of the transformation program. One other thing that you can do for users that may not want actually direct access to ProgrammExpress is set up URLs for the specific users. They don't need any training in ProgrammExpress. They're read-only users. They don't need to go into the reporting screens. But up here, you can see that we've got reports which are real-time. And if I run one of those, it will automatically run the report for me. I've not needed access specifically to ProgrammExpress. It will automatically run that report. Or if I want a Gantt chart report by program 3, because maybe that's the finance work stream and the sponsor only wants to look at what they're sponsors of, again, you can see the Gantt chart view. So you can fire up reports using URLs which are real-time and automated. You're just asking the project manager to very simply input the data. So that really concludes the very short video demonstration. There is much more functionality that I haven't specifically shown you: resource planning, impact management, which actually I will show you the report, because this may be very pertinent to running a transformation portfolio. In this case, I'm going to have to go into the reporting screen, which will show all of our reports, and click on impacts. Now, this is a report by business process or business area, not by project, which you configure for your business. And what you will see is you will see the business processes and what projects are having an impact on the processes, what level of impact in terms of red, amber, green, and a description of what is happening, what's being delivered within that project to that business process, and starting to be able to hotspot where you may have two projects that have a clash against a business process or a high impact on the team involved. So that really concludes the demonstration, short video demonstration for ProgrammExpress, for PizzaExpress rather, and thank you very much for watching.